Hey, that's right. Hey, give a big round of applause, everybody. It's a brand new show. It's another day, another way. Hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Welcome to Open. And coming up on today's show, we'll hear from, someone who is no stranger to BronxNet, the BronxNet studios. In fact, she sits in this seat right here and she does her thing. She'll speak about how she's partnering with a hip-hop legend to save lives in our community. And then we'll check in with the founders of a nonprofit organization that is helping our youth. And plus, we'll shine a light on an inspirational song. It's a beautiful song just released by a pastor and R&B singer. We'll let you know who he is, and he's a songwriter too. And then finally, we'll speak to a couple of cast members. They're in the house, they just stepped into the room, on the longest running LGBTQ docuseries, the Circle NYC. Our View TV, that's where it is on network. Our View TV network, so check it out. Sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet because we're wide open. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Here we go. And hello and welcome back. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. And guess what? You're watching Open. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for checking it all out. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is no stranger to our BronxNet studio set. She's always sitting in this chair right here. In fact, she can usually be found on this side of the table, sitting in the seat, right?
Yes. You know, I came in.
Us.
Yes. I came in. I went right into Bob's seat. I'm like, okay, oh my God, girl, sit down in the audience.
And she's jumping right on it right away. She's going to ask me the questions about what she's going to be talking about. Wow. She has a crossover TV, right?
Yes, crossover TV.
And she'll speak about how she's fighting to improve health outcomes for our people in our community and raising awareness on diabetes and so much more. So please welcome to the show. Kendra O'Hardy is in the house.
Woo, woo. All right.
Kendra's ready to go. She's like jumping right in. Right?
Listen, I first want to say I commend you on all your work in the community, your efforts in the community.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
You know, you have your organization that you help so many, and it's a pleasure to come up. I'm representing Health People today. The executive director of Chris Norwood said, Kendra, can you go up and do this interview for Health People? So Health People is partnering up with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre will be coming out for a big press conference on the steps of City Hall on November the 14th.
Oh, okay.
And it's about diabetes, and diabetes, it's like taking so many people. It's taking so many people. I've been a diabetic for almost 30 years, 29 years now. And it took my mom. It took my dad. My dad died in his 40s. He was renal failure on a machine. And I think now that, you know, this program, like Health People, this organization, if you don't know Chris Norwood by now, you need to know her name. She is the winner of the 2024 Anthem Whole Health Heroes Award. And that is amazing. She has a big article out, The Lancet and Cranes. And I just want to say, I love you, Chris Norwood. She has been servicing this community for over 30 years. She started out with women in HIV. And then she went right on to helping folks with diabetes, putting programs together for Arches, men and women that have come out of jail, mostly men that have come out of jail, called Arches inside of Health People.
Kendra, how did you first know that you wanted to get involved in healthcare?
This lady, it's this lady right here.
Ladies?
It's this lady. You know, I met her when my mom died. My mom died, and right when my mom died, this organization called Health People, they do a national diabetes prevention program, and it's before you get to become diabetic, pre-diabetic, and they train you and they work with you. They have peers that look just like me, you know, and I found out about that program. Then I found out about I lost I lost 36 pounds, and that's when I knew
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I want to be a part of this organization somehow.
So you just lost 36 pounds?
With this program.
Oh, with the program.
DSMP.
But what are the symptoms? How do you know that you're pre-diabetic without getting tested? Do you have to get tested or
Well,
screened?
I think I can tell you some signs and tricks to know, but I think
Because
the best.
a lot of people don't know and don't pay attention to it. If they do,
I think the best thing to do is to have periodic doctor's appointments. We get so busy that we don't check on ourselves. And as Dr. Dre will tell you, when we do this rally on the steps of City Hall, I don't want to give you his whole story right now. He has an article that he did for Rolling Stones. If you want, you can just look up the article for Rolling Stones.
So he found out later on in life too.
He found out after he had injured his toe. And it was too late then, because now he's injured his toe, the infection is severe, and now he had an amputation.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. We don't know about our health, and if we don't know, how can we start working on things? So the DSMP program that Chris Norwood has is a self-management diabetes 6-week program. It's free. You know, we give it to you for free. You come in. We have peer-led groups, and you can start learning how to read labels, how to have that plate sectioned off. We're not going to be like, oh, you got to count all these calories, you got to be this. We want to meet you where you are. We want you to develop an action plan for your diabetes that fits you.
Yeah. We just had something up a little while ago. Put that back up so that she can explain what that is. And there it is right there.
Okay, so diabetes increased rate. So let's talk about amputation increased rate. This is one it blows my mind. One amputation, if you think about it, is we're talking so much money that they're spending for one amputation. $250,000 in surgery just for one person. But just imagine how many amputations over and over this is going on. Five boroughs across the world. Now the only thing that makes us different, and is that we don't have this remission program that they have across overseas. Remission means that help us stay well, help us do well. Deliver the food to the doors like they did in overseas. They delivered the food to the door, the healthy food, vegetables, fruits.
So it can be headed off. So upon finding out that you're pre-diabetic, you can start doing some things to help eliminate the amputations and all the things that create that possibility for
But we need the state. We need the state. We've been asking the state for funding for diabetes. This lady has to, Chris, I don't want to say nothing, but I don't want to talk about age, but this lady right here, take a look at this lady right here. She's up in age. And if it's the last thing that we do, Chris Norwood, the executive director of health, if it's the last thing that we do as peers and the staff there at Health People, is to make this dream that she has become a reality of the state, heading on a remission program, you know, and getting involved to reduce amputations, and also making the standards higher, so that what people don't realize, we have all these vein clinics popping up. And so that's what it comes to amputation, when you got all these vein clinics popping up and collapsing veins. So now we're moving on to the amputation, right? We're talking about amputation. We have all these clinics popping up. People are going in and they're doing things to relieve the pain. They think they're going to relieve the pain. But what happens—
Does that work? Are you saying that's—
We're worried because it's collapsing the veins. So some of these clinics, we have to find out.
So it's not good for a diabetic?
It may not be. It may not be. We don't know. But we need the state to investigate. Why are there so many amputations? Why is it so severe now, almost 100% from 10 years ago? Where's all this coming from?
You know what I shared with people on WBLS? And I do it from time to time because I know in our community, a lot of people are suffering from this degenerative disease, diabetes. Especially if you're born with it, that's type 1 diabetes. Your body's not producing insulin or anything. But your body does produce insulin, but sometimes with type 2 diabetes, the foods that we eat are eating up all the insulin, so it can't handle it. It's like overwhelming the insulin in our bodies. So I always tell people to go check out that glycemic index on the foods that you can eat, because I think over 70%, if it's over 7%, 70%, is going to eat up all your insulin that if your body is making it, it's not producing enough because of the way you're eating. So you can control it a little bit better with the way you're eating.
We got a lot of work to do, Bob. Bob, we got a lot of work. And what you said is very informative. But we have so much work to do.
Yes.
And I hope you can join us on the steps. I'm asking everybody to come out.
What's that date?
It's going to be November 14th. It's World Diabetes Day. And we're asking you to come out, hear Dr. Dre's testimony, and Dr. Dre from Ed Love and Dr. Dre, because there's two Dr. Dre's. And if you can see a picture of, I think we have a picture of Dr. Dre. So we put a picture, oh, you see, here we go. So I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Dre.
Dre, we love you, man.
I want to thank Heidi for making it possible. We went out to his house and we spent some time with him. And we talked with him. We talked over all the things that we need to do to make this possible. So right now, we need every city politician, the city, you know, Virginia, Phil's, the former borough president, and the executive director of Chris Norwood Development Action Plan, something lucrative. And it was supposed to be followed. And every hospital.
There she is. That's a good picture.
That's Chris Norwood. Look at this. Okay, you guys found that one. Look at your crew is so great.
We'll share it with you.
Yes, okay. So Chris Norwood looking amazing, but you know, she's getting up there. And now I've been running around with her for years, talking to every politician to help diabetes.
You spoke to a lot of the elected officials?
Every year we run down there.
I'm going to give you my camera. Maybe this one right here. You can say hello to my little friend.
Yes.
And you can ask for what you want.
Yes. So I am asking every politician, if you did not understand what Chris Norwood is trying to do, the executive director of Health People, I am asking you to please come down to City Hall, see the effects, the actual effects of what's happening with amputation rates to the roof. And we need funding for diabetes. We need some funding right now. We need it right now. So we want to say, cut it out and step it up. That is what we're going to be saying. Cut it out, let's step it up, and let's do something about this. So meet us on the steps of City Hall on November 14th. And when we come to you at 11 o'clock, when we come to you, just be ready to assist us and say, what can we do to help? That is all we're looking for, because we have to make a change. And we have to make a change right now.
And people who want to donate and volunteer, where do they go? Social
They
media,
can go to
website?
Kendra Hardy at healthpeople.org. Kendra Hardy, you can send me an email to kendrahardy@healthpeople.org. And then you can tell me how you want to be involved and what you can do on the day of. We just want everyone to come out, support Dr. Dre, hear his story. He's giving himself.
DJ Hollywood may be there also.
So DJ Hollywood, I just want to say this about DJ Hollywood. We were originally supposed to have him alongside Dr. Dre, but I spoke to him this morning on the way over, and he will not be able to. He's having some extensive treatments done that he cannot leave the facility where he is. And I want you to pray for him. You know, I want you to pray for DJ Hollywood. He is our icon, our pioneer, and he just had an amputation. And we're losing people. And
well, we're going to continue to pray for him and a lot of the wonderful people in our community who are suffering from diabetes. I got 30 seconds. What's next with this initiative?
We want to see people on the steps of City Hall. We want to see that there is a diabetes remission program put into place. I want to thank the executive director, Chris Norwood, of Health People, for making all these things possible. She sacrificed her life. She lays her life down. She gets peers to train. We go into homeless shelters. We keep you healthy in shelter. So I want to thank you for your diligence and your hard work in the community. Thank you, Chris Norwood.
And I know you're coming on. You got Crossover TV. When is that?
So my birthday show is tomorrow night. Election day, but I told people you better vote. You better go vote before you come to the show. And we'll be on air for the 5th, and you'll see it later. And I'm super excited. My son's birthday is also on. We celebrate it live on air. He has epilepsy and autism. And the Christmas show is coming up. So the Christmas show with the Aquarius Boys, Pay Up Management, which is IC's organization, is going to be happening next month. So stay tuned. My show airs every Thursday night at 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and we'll give you all the information and updates. We thank you. We love you. We salute you, Dr. Bobley.
Thank you. Now come over and sit in this chair here. Kendra Hardy, host, Crossover TV. Thank
You gotta
so
be
much.
kidding. I love you. I'm gonna give you a hug though. I love you.
Love you too.
Dr.
Thank you.
Bobley, thank you
All
guys.
right,
All
thank you.
right.
We'll take a break. I've got more coming up next on Open.
Talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
And welcome back. Our next guests are the president and treasurer of DK Movement Cares. And they join us to share how they've been impacting our community, our youth, and helping with other nonprofit organizations. They've been helping them thrive in difficult times and beyond. So please welcome to the show, Derek Jones and Kelly
Houston. Yes.
I'm not going to say Houston.
Don't say Houston.
Although there's a place down here where I like to eat, so
Yeah.
I'm reminded of it all the time.
No, that's okay.
There's a Dominican spot that has good food, but no, Houston.
Houston.
That's on Houston Street, but you're Houston.
I know, I'm Houston.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But you're used to it. People come to you all the time and mix it
Oh,
up.
yes.
right?
I'm
I
used
don't
to
know
it
why
already.
they started doing that.
I don't know.
But anyway, we have this wonderful organization you guys have been working with. Tell us a little bit about it.
I'll start. So I just want people to understand, you know, in yourself, or have you ever known someone who was just broken? Someone who was just going day by day and staying afloat. Everyone else is looking up to them, but they don't love themselves. They're hiding all that. They're keeping all that in until eventually they want to break, right? And maybe there's addiction in there. That was me. My background's in fashion entertainment, and you know, I was seen by everybody as this beautiful woman on the red carpet, but I was broken inside, and I was alcoholic. And you know, I was crying out for help, and nobody really heard. So that's what our nonprofit is about. I was saved, and you know, by the Lord bringing me together with Derek. I'm a New Yorker, and I moved to Connecticut to be with Derek, and he helped me. He helped me through those times. And our organization, that's what we want to do. We want to help others in need, that we're there to support them and let them know that they can overcome anything that has been put in front of them, and their past doesn't determine their future.
And my God, there's so many people out there like that. They can be laughing and carrying on
Yeah.
in front of you, but you don't know what's going on the inside.
Have no clue.
So people try to take that step, whether it be through drugs or alcohol,
Right.
or they say, no, I'm thinking about the inevitable. I'm thinking
Exactly.
about, you know, just ending it all because
Right.
I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Bob, it's so important. People don't realize, the reason why we put this youth program together, it stems also from my background.
Yeah.
I grew up where my mother was on drugs. She used to beat me, on a daily basis. I moved from shelter to hotels. In and out of that, I then became an alcoholic at the age of 14.
Whoa. Yeah.
And to the age of 34. So we have this passion where not only do we want to give back, we want to make an impact.
Yeah.
It's important for people to realize just because you're down right now doesn't mean you're out,
Yes.
right? And this youth program was put together so people understand that there's a way out, right? It's thought out. I go speak at group homes where kids are going through the same things I went through.
Yeah.
My brother and sister were taken to foster home, but I was left with a mother who would manipulate me, who would leave me at places, and leave me with people I didn't know, and then come back and get me for social services.
Yeah.
But today, we're doing well. I came back to my hometown. We bought a $500,000 house, not to brag, but you
Yeah,
can get out of those situations.
Yes.
We make good money and we give back to the community, but we have to do something for our youth, Bob. We have to give back. And this youth program is like nothing else because it's from our heart and it's actually well thought out from the kids' point of view. And we
Yeah.
also couple that with exercise. About 8 years ago, I used to weigh 300 pounds. I've lost now at least 80 pounds and kept it off. I'm an avid runner myself, right? So these things are so important. They're very important. That's what our nonprofit is all about.
Yeah. So that's what you looked at me when I said I ran in a New York City Marathon.
That's
for
why I
about
said
a
that,
block
Bob.
or so.
I
So,
run
yeah,
20
we have a
mi-
running
yeah.
program.
Yeah.
But that's good. You gotta find somebody that it's like a teepee. You put up a teepee,
It's-
one side won't hold up without the other side, and you guys
It's
look like
important.
you're a good couple to come together to help others get what they need out of life. Our producer, Stephen, he says, you always use those words, but it's true.
Yeah.
People moving together in the same direction for a common cause to help others get what they need out of life. And so, how do people find you guys? Because there's a lot of people hurting, but there's a stigma attached to it
Right.
too. But when you were doing the alcohol and the drugs and everything, you didn't want anybody else to know, right?
I mean, it was out right in the open. I was
Yeah.
in the environment where having a drink didn't matter, right? Like we make it normal. We made it normal, so
Yeah.
I made it normal, right? Knowing that I had a problem, but that's how I numbed the pain. So, you didn't want to admit it, but you did, but you
Yeah.
didn't. So it was like you're playing that back and forth in your head. People are telling you, you need to stop, and it's like, why?
And in your mind, life sucks.
Right. It's
not
like,
really-
yeah, it's just like I'm here, but I'm not here. It's like you're living in another reality and you're never focused. And once I became sober, everything changed.
It did, yeah.
Everything changed. The food I ate, when we went on vacation, everything was out of a different lens. Our relationship was different because I had a clear mind. And I
Yes.
just want to give that back to other people, just to have a clear mind to grow.
And what is that feeling like when you have a clear mind?
It's amazing, right? I've been sober for 11 years. It's been 7 years for her. I mean, you could just do things like get up and run, exercise, right? You can.
You take control,
Yeah,
right?
you take control.
I'm in
Last night
control
we-
of this.
Last
this
night we just had a
temple.
great dinner, right?
Yeah.
We had no drinks, but we had a great dinner. We had mocktails, so there's no drinks involved. You can actually go out without having to drink. Not that there's any stigma on it, but especially when people are suffering from mental health. I just want to tell you a quick
Yeah.
story, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
This is why this youth program and our nonprofit is so important. Is I had a cousin at the age of 19, he hung himself. His brother actually walked in the door, but this wasn't any irregular cousin. We used to live in the same room, five,
Yeah.
6 of us.
Wow.
That was probably the hardest funeral I've ever been to. So, I mean, our nonprofit, we want to get it into every school system, not only in Connecticut, because we're from Connecticut, New
Yeah.
York, that's why we're here today. All across the nation. You ever heard of the DARE program? Most people have, right?
The DEAR program?
Yeah, so it's, fight against drugs. Well, this for us is a fight for the youth so they stop doing the things they're doing, so they start to appreciate
Yeah.
it, especially the black and brown community. We need to get out of that gun violence. We have to prevent. All the things we've done before, we haven't prevented. We haven't tackled the core issues.
Yeah.
And that's what this youth program, and that's what our nonprofit does because of our backgrounds, right? So we also need the help from the community, right? Not just from the local community, but from the national community and from businesses, right? You could catch us anywhere, right? Our main objective is to get this across the United States of America, not just right here. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
If you were able to speak to somebody for help, who would you want to speak to?
Well, I think we want to speak to, first of all, the school systems. We also want to speak to any other large nonprofits that they can't get this program into their system, into their systems. We can, right? We know how to implement it. It's a 10-week program coupled with exercise, and exercise is interchangeable, so it doesn't have to be running. It can be different things. We also need the government involved too.
Yeah.
So we need some government funding.
So within that 10-week program, what are some of the things that are?
Kelly, why don't you
That
touch
issue.
on
So
some of the
we're
things?
addressing a lot of things. We're addressing social media. I'm big on the social media part because my life was through social media, and what people see is not really the truth, right? And we want our youth to understand that you don't have to look up to the people on social media. Look at the people around you as mentors. So, and dealing with the bullying on social media is different.
Yeah.
When I was young, bullying was, meet you after school type of thing, but this is different. Keyboard bullying, it's worse than
Keyboard bullying.
because other
Cyber
people
bullying.
don't understand how you're affecting that other individual.
Yeah.
We deal with communication skills, right? Because our children have phones, and that's how they communicate, by texting each other. No one talks to each other. No one goes outside and play. So
Yeah.
social skills, bringing those social skills, the anxiety, bringing that down, and coupled with some workforce and working on
Work readiness.
work readiness, thank
Yeah.
you, to get them prepared to go into interviews. Where I work, I interview a lot of people that are young, and they're not ready. You want to get them ready.
Yeah. And you work with other nonprofits too.
Yes, we do.
How are you helping other nonprofits?
So the way we help other nonprofits, right now we're on our 3rd year of doing a 5K. So again, running.
Are you going to come?
Are you going to come?
I'm trying to rest it.
We have some of the-
I promise I
yeah.
won't run in from the side and try to get a
Okay,
couple.
okay.
So that's one of our biggest events that we've
Yeah.
done over the past 3 years now, going on our 3rd year. So we dedicate that to other nonprofits, and then we give the money back. So far, we raised about $15,000 in the first 2 years,
Yeah.
but this year is a little different. It's going back to our nonprofit, DK Movement Cares, because we want to get the youth program into the schools, get it into the cities.
When are you doing it? When is
August
it? The
20
5K?
It's August 20. It's August
Oh,
20.
I got some
next
time to
year.
train, right?
You got time.
Yeah,
It's
we
only
got time to
3.1.
train.
It's not a
All right.
marathon. It's only a 5K, so you'll be good.
Can it be one of the qualifying 5Ks
You
leading toward the marathon?
Wherever you want to go,
So I won't be huffing and puffing after a
No,
block
you'll be
of
all right.
run.
you will be fine. You'll be fine.
But that's good. You're doing some wonderful things, and I can identify with a lot of the things that you're talking about. I just didn't share mine the way you did. But there was a place called Children's Village.
Yeah.
DMX was in. See, you see?
Wow.
Did you see the blink?
Yes,
did you
I
see the
did.
lights?
You see that?
Oh, yes,
See
I
what
did.
mean?
So
Meant to
we're
be.
on the same page with
We
that, and we need more people like you,
do.
more organizations like you, to get out there and help others come
that's what we're here
together
for.
and move together in the same direction. Yes.
But any businesses out there, any actors, any musicians that want to start giving back to the youth, we're the program. It's a game changer for what
Yeah.
we can do to help our youth.
Yeah, I want you to ask for some help. Ask for some funding. You can use my cameras right here.
Oh, thank you for, again, Bob, having Kelly. It's near and dear to our heart. We need the help. We need anyone that has a platform, anyone that has the money, invest in this youth program so we can get it across the nation. You can find us at DK Movement Cares. I'm the president. She's the co-founder also, Kelly Houston. Please reach out to us. You can call us direct. You're going to get somebody live on the phone, either me or Kelly herself. We can do a call. We also need the government to get involved, any senators, any politicians, so we can get it across. We can get it across America. We got to stop the violence now. We got to get those kids back on track.
Beautiful. You want to add to that, or?
There's not much more to say. I mean, it's for our kids. It's
Yeah,
for
what
our
more?
kids, and our kids will be adults, right? So we need to start now. We need to get them right, so when they go out in the community, they can help others. It's just like a domino effect.
Yeah.
But right now, it's scary. We're living in scary times that our kids cannot just go to school and just be rest assured that nothing's going to happen. We need to make that change. And it's just Derek and I, we're working hard together to do that, so we need others to join the movement.
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, people that are with you. Yeah. You got a lot of people with you. Social media, website?
Yes, you can follow us on all social platforms at DK Movement Cares, and our website is dkmovementcares.org.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
what's
Thank you.
next after this? After that, you're preparing for the 5K. You
Yep.
got a lot of things that you're
Yes,
working
and
on?
Christmas
we love Christmas,
holiday.
so we decorate our home with Christmas decorations, and we dress up as Santa and Mrs. Claus, and we have people come and we
Give out
collect
hot
Elves and all that
yeah,
stuff.
and then
You
we
got
have
chocolates and-
non-perishable items.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And we donate the non-perishable items to two local food banks, and then
There's one from last year.
Yes,
Yes.
And then the monetary donations are going to go back also
the
to
youth
the youth
program.
program.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
So you're doing some wonderful things in our community.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have even more planned.
Yes.
But we have to start with one thing at a time. We have stuff planned for the adults because you heard our background, right?
Yeah.
So we have extensive. I'm in the finance world. I'm a manager in the finance world, so I understand how to get these things executed. We just need more help, more financing,
Yeah.
more people to jump on board. That's all.
Well, God bless you guys, man.
Thank you.
for
God
coming
bless you
together.
also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
all
for having us.
Give me that website one more time.
It's dkmovementcares.org.
There you go.
Thank
All
you.
right. Derek Jones, President, DK Movement Cares, and Kelly Houston.
Get it right, get it right.
I'll change it when I go to Houston Street to get
Don't
that
say that.
Dominican
Oh,
food.
God.
Treasure DK Movement Center. Thank you so much. We
You're welcome.
appreciate
Thank
you
you
guys.
for having us.
All
Thank
right. We'll take another break and we'll come back. I've got more open for you coming up next.
Only 57% of New York City high school students are college ready by their senior year. "55% of high school graduates either have no plans to attend college or are uncertain that they will ever attend. "34% of young adults don't go to college because they can't afford it. Discover what's possible. BronxNet's education programs, internships, and opportunities help engage and inspire Bronx youth and beyond to pursue their passions. Be a part of the BronxNet family. Whether you're interested in our shows, joining a class, or donating to support our mission, visit BronxNet.org to learn more.
And welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, yes, yo, to the beat, Joe. Here we go, here we go, here we go, yo. Our next guest is a pastor, R&B singer and songwriter, well known for his first Billboard #1 hit, Remember the Time. And other popular, Remember the First Time, and other popular hits like Process of Elimination. He joins us to shine a light on his brand new inspirational song. He's back. Don't call it a comeback. It's entitled In the Morning. We're hanging out, and he's going to highlight his pastoral calling also. So please welcome to the show. Give him a warm welcome. The Reverend Eric Gable. It's a beautiful thing to call you Reverend now, man. It feels good. Yeah.
Reverend Doctor.
Reverend Doctor, all right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm running together with you. So
Put a lot
tell
of
us,
work in, yeah, man.
yeah, but tell us a little bit about the journey in the beginning as an R&B artist, and how did you get involved in that?
Yeah, real quickly, Charles Huggins of Hush Entertainment called me. I sang for them over the phone. They invited me to New York. I auditioned for about 8 hours, and like 3 days later, I had a contract.
There you go.
And things went from there.
Sometimes it happens quickly like that.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, look, we don't know how it's going to go, but if you come up here, then we'll see what happens."
Yeah.
And they made it happen for me.
There you go. And so what happened after that? What did you get into?
Really, it was just the music we were building. We were working, just building a career, and things were just going as they were going. In the business itself, and then things just took a turn, and life called me in another direction, and so, here I am.
Yeah, so we remember your music, but now you have something new out. Can you tell us about the new song, In the Morning, and the process behind creating it?
Yeah, man. Well, again, I got a call. I got a call from Bo Huggins, And I was here, and I've been praying and praying and praying for another opportunity to record professionally again. And and uh, and God answered my prayer, man. Brought us back together,
Uh-huh.
and connected me with Ronnie's song. Excuse me, who is the writer of this particular song? He and his son, and I recorded it here in New Orleans, and we did a Zoom recording. It's the first time I ever did that. So much has changed since I was last in the studio, so it's kind of weird doing a Zoom recorded studio session. So, but it worked out. I found a couple of studios here, worked, and we did the tapings, and this was the first song we actually did. We have a couple of other songs we're working on, but this is the first song that we did, man, and it came out great. And I'm excited about it, very excited about it.
Yeah, yeah. I can hear it. I can hear it in you. So it brought out a lot of emotions when you put this song out, or when you were doing it. Talk about that.
That and just like thank you, Lord. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make good on it.
There you go.
So, I went in there, man, and a lot of recording, man, and I just went back to when I was recording. Bo is a bit of a perfectionist, but I think that I got it right. He'll be like, nah, you got to go back and do it again. I'm like, man, come on. So,
Yeah.
so I had to go back in and do it over. But I liked when I record, Bob, Dr. Bob, I like to interpret every word and put emotions on every word that I sing.
Yeah.
And that coupled with my excitement and my enthusiasm, with my promise to God that I would lift him up in song, that's why we got the feeling that we got on the song.
Yeah. What's the difference between the feeling that you had when you first started recording and the feelings that you have now?
It's more. I don't want to say it's not so much different, except for the fact that it's, I'm doing it more inspirationally now.
Yeah.
I'm not just this will help people's spiritual lives. Let me just say it like that.
Yeah.
And so it takes on a different connotation. It takes on a different emotion, a different drive, a different purpose. So I guess that would be the difference. I'm not doing it so much to entertain now, but to reach people and to tell them about being saved and how their lives can change. Just as your guest just spoke about, you don't have to be down. I mean, when I left the business, I spent 10 months being depressed.
Yeah.
10 months in that state of mind because I was living such a high profile lifestyle. And it was like coming off of that was like hitting brakes at 100 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
And it took me, it literally took me about 10 months, man, to get myself together. And then, then I had to deal with the fact that I said, well, maybe I may have to get a job. I don't know, just a regular job rather. So,
yeah.
But I was traveling around, like, just looking at other things to do. And until, God wasn't opening any more doors for me, except to now you just got to be still.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So I got with this nuclear pharmacy. I became a nuclear pharmacy technician, and I got certified in that. And then later on in life, I answered my call April of 2006. And 2008, I started preaching. Went to school, got my bachelor's, moved from there, got my master's, and then the dean of the school called me because I was done. It was like, look, man, I'm tired of going to school. Like, this is too much. And he said, look, you got to finish it out.
Yeah.
So they pressed me. And I'm thankful that they did. And so I went ahead and got my doctorate degree in theology. And then about, I guess, a few years after that, man, I'm now pastoring the church.
There
Little
you
church
go.
in New Orleans here in the Metairie area called the Hill of Zion Baptist Church.
Look at that. All right. So
Yeah.
when we go to New Orleans, we can stop by your church.
Yeah, man. Yeah, come and see us. Yeah,
For sure,
come
for
and see
sure.
us. We're growing. I have an older congregation, but again, God is renewing that church and that whole situation. It's a historical church in the community, so I have the task of the regrowth and the rebuild and the restoration.
Well, God has been working on you, huh?
Amen.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing when I went into business and the music business. I didn't know what I was doing pastoring, but God is like, He's fast forwarding me and all these things now.
Right.
And now I get to sit here with you.
And I get a chance to sit here with you. But that hiatus was something else because you didn't know what to think. You didn't know what direction you wanted to go in, but God knew.
Yeah, he always knows.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, Dr. Lee, I tell people all the time, when God puts us in situations, he always knows what we're going to do, but we don't know what we're going to do.
Right.
And so that's part of being sober all the time. He tells you, like, be sober at all times, because the devil roars about like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour.
Ooh, is
So,
he out there or what? But God is
yeah.
out there too.
God is out there too. He's always protecting us. He always has our back, man.
Yeah. Even
Even when you think he doesn't, he always has. He's always looking out for our interests. And and I ask him for me to close doors I should not walk through, and to open every door that I'm supposed to walk through. So I don't get upset when things don't go the way that I think that they should go anymore.
Yeah, because you know it's in God's timing.
I know it's a part of his plan, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Saved me a lot of sleepless nights and headaches.
Amen. Before we wrap up, I'm going to ask you to pray us out.
Oh, yeah. Heavenly Father, God, we thank you so much, God, for your kindness, love, and mercy. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for opening Dr. Bob Lee, Heavenly Father, and just this opportunity once again, Lord. We want to give you all the praise, the honor, and the glory for all that you've done, what you're doing, and all you're preparing us to receive. It's in the mighty name of Yahshua, who is the Christ. We ask it all. Amen.
Amen. And we're not going to wrap it right now, but I want to show you a video. You want to bring that in? In the morning.
In the morning, yeah. Listen, this is my new hit song. I'm about to say, remember the first time. In the morning. In the morning, everything will be all right.
There you go.
In the morning, the sun is gonna shine. Brand new dawning, is burning deep inside. Can't you feel that hope is real? Oh yeah. In the morning, you will soon forget all the darkness and all the pain and every regret that you feel. Just know that hope is real. I've walked through fire and rain. I know you endure the same, but joy is coming in the morning. The heat is heavy, the desert's empty, the sun is blazing down. All the pressure and all the suffering, remedies just can't be found. But never fear, your season is here. Oh yeah. In the morning, the sun is gonna shine. Brand new dawning, a brand new dawning is burning deep inside. Can't you feel? Just know the hope is real. You know that darkness will flee. You know you just got.
Yeah, Reverend Dr. Eric Gable. That was fantastic, man. So
Yes, sir.
This is a call to action, so to speak, right? Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. This is it's very, very inspirational. You listen to the lyrics, and I love the video that was put together. It
Yeah.
has an international feel. It's all cultures of people involved in the video. To just let you know, everybody's going through something right now.
Yeah.
Everybody is always going through something, but this song lets you know that joy is coming in the morning.
Yes.
So don't give up today. Don't make a permanent decision, today.
Yeah.
For a temporary situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Joy is coming in the morning.
Hey, Rev, make sure we get a copy over here, all right?
Absolutely. You get it, man. You're going to absolutely get it.
You got it. Reverend Dr. Eric Gable, give us your email, social media, and all that stuff. Not
Yeah,
email,
it's-
but social media and website.
Yeah, the social media is just Eric Gable
I see it.
on Facebook. And same thing with
Social media.
Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
You just type in Eric Gable and that's it.
There you go. Reverend Dr. Eric Gable, R&B singer and songwriter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
My brother. Come back again, okay?
Will do.
You got it. All right, we'll take a quick break. I've got a whole lot more. Well, I got more coming up next on Open.
Hey, Creative Family. My name is Timothy Coleman, and I'm the Director of Education here at BronxNet. And I'm standing in BronxNet's Media and Technology Studios in the South Bronx because I want to let you know about an amazing program that we're bringing back that highlights the creativity of community members just like you. Emerging Media Makers is a show that introduces you to BronxNet's certified producers. They've taken a step in their creative journey by enrolling in BronxNet's media training classes. On this show, you'll get to see the many ways that our certified producers have created a space that's all their own. Emerging Media Makers, your passion lives here.
And welcome back, welcome back. Our last guests are actors who join us to talk about the newest season of The Circle NYC on our View TV network and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Gio and Ralfy. Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Glad to be
So
here.
I don't know. How does it feel to be on like one of the longest running docuseries?
You know, it's actually kind of an exciting thing, you know? It's something to be a little bit proud about, too.
Yeah.
Something new for me.
I'm honored and truly blessed.
How'd you guys get into it? You know, we always want to know the beginning. How did it all start?
Well, for me, I was doing music, so I've been doing music for a couple years, all throughout New York, but I'm from Jersey, so I caught attention of the producer of the show, and now I'm here.
And for you?
Well, you know, I was an internet personality before The Circle, and I was just doing a lot of content creating, and, you know, they caught my eye, and I just was like, you know, let me go for it and see what I can do. And ever since then, I've been able to accomplish many great things.
And now you have a lot of people following you guys all over.
Yes.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, go out of state and then people come up to us and like they talk about the show, and then they start talking about scenes and then going into detail in the scenes, and I'm like, oh well, y'all watching it for real.
They were deep. They went deep with you, huh?
Yes.
What do they talk about the most when they see you guys?
Ooh. There's so much. They always want to know, like, you know, the little dramas and are you still cool with this person? Or are you, like, I don't like the way that person did that. But that's the most over here all the time.
I hear on the show, I went through a situation losing my mother. Coming onto the show midway of the season, my mother passed away. And so a lot of times I hear people who can relate to my story and what I was going through and just thanking me for being representation for them, because a lot of people, when they go through grief or they're going through depression, you don't get to see it. You just get to see, oh, they were depressed, they disappeared, now they're back.
Yeah, and you guys have been advocating for a lot of different causes, such as AIDS, HIV. What did this mean to you guys, you know, being like advocates?
Well, it's a big honor, and I'm not gonna lie, it's something that's big within our community. So to bring awareness to it, and also there's such a stigma behind when you hear HIV, AIDS, things like that. And always been a big stigma, but you know, with medications and things, it's getting a lot further ahead. So it's good to put that message out there, so people that probably don't know a lot or don't know that all the stuff and the treatments that they have and how you can live a long life with, you know, certain illnesses nowadays. It's good to put that out there, and now people know about it.
And for you?
Yes, I mean, honestly, it was a blessing. I have friends that it affects personally, and so to be a part of that representation for a community that is often marginalized is just a very great thing to be a part of. And I was approached by a lot of people after that as well, by being a part of that, just saying thank you, you know, because even though I do not identify with that community, I stand in support with them, and they are regular people just like everybody else who deserves love, life, and happiness.
Yeah, absolutely. How did they come up with the name The Circle NYC? Where did that come from?
So I think where it originally came from was that, you know, so the premise behind it is a bunch of LGBT people in New York trying to make a way in whatever that is that we do. So we all come together as a circle and do our thing in New York. But we're a circle. We're a group of friends.
A circle of love.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Plus, there's always somebody in this circle that's like, hey, all right. It's like somebody in the family, your
And that's
drunk
what I'm
uncle
saying.
that
It's
comes
a
to
big
Thanksgiving.
Dysfunctional family.
It's just like a circle of dynamics is what I would call it. Honestly, you see the love, the happy, the ugly, the good, the bad. But at the end of the day, like you
Everything
said,
all
it's
in one.
everything that ties us back together.
Yeah. So who came up with it, the producer or you guys?
The producer.
So what's next? Would surprise us with something, or tell us something that nobody else knows yet. All right.
No, because they say I'm the spoiled king.
You tell that to him, he gonna tell the whole season.
You gotta tell it.
There's no need to watch the season messing around with me.
All right, we're right on point then. We got somebody that knows how to tell it. Go ahead. Give us a little
Okay,
something.
and camera one, no. But honestly, something that will shock you guys is how it all unfolds, honestly, because people will expect a lot of drama, but this season you will see the friendships being tested, you will see the dynamics shift a lot, and what you will see that this season, we can actually become a circle. We can actually become a circle, and that was a very hard concept to grasp at first, but we get there.
Another thing, like with this season, you finally get to see a lot more of everybody's talent.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's a reality show, everybody loves the drama, everybody loves all the, the little dialogues and stuff. But everybody on it has a talent. Everybody, we all do something. And this season, you finally get to see us hitting stages. You finally get to see us doing the things that we do at work. You finally get to see all that. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yes.
Is there someone in this circle that tries to stick out above everybody else?
That's true.
Well, no, wait a minute. It ain't that true because we don't have to try to do nothing. It just happens naturally. But what I will say is it's a personality thing, right? You don't have to have the biggest personality to be well-loved when you're on television. But honestly, it's the personalities that are regular. I would say the boring people are the ones that have to stick out. So if you aren't on the show doing what you said you're supposed to do, and then you're trying to cling on to other people's storylines, then you might find yourself trying to stick out.
Yeah, and I also think it's the people, like when it comes to reality, or I pretty much think with TV, period, the best way to go is just be authentically you.
Always.
When people always try to wonder, how can I be different? How can I stick out? Just be you. There's only one you in the world, and I think people think too much into it. So the more authentic you are, whether that be the nerd, whether that be the crazy person, whether that be whatever, be you.
Is reality TV really reality TV, or are you acting in there too? Or a combination of both?
We get this a lot. It's not. You would think that it was scripted.
Throwing a little bit of your own
it's
stuff
not.
in there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's real. The things you see is us. They're not telling us to do anything or anything like that. The only thing about it's reality. So let's say if I don't like somebody, I personally wouldn't be in the same room with them on my own time. So that's the only thing that's kind of now I have to be in a room with this person. I have to have a conversation. So that's the only thing that's different.
How important are social groups like the Circle of Black and Brown queer communities?
It's very important. As a Hispanic and Black person of color, I was born, I was adopted into a African American family, so the clashing of different things that I was seeing was always a thing, and I always grew up in you look too Spanish to hang out with the Black people. Oh, you sound too Black to hang out with the Spanish people, so you don't know where you're supposed to go. And I found myself always being lost in the sauce. And then I realized that it doesn't matter about that. You just have to represent the people that stick with you.
Yeah.
And the Brown and Black community need the most representation because they are the staple. They are the foundation of this world and everything that we have in it today.
Yeah. And when did you find yourself? I mean, if you're going here, you're going there, somebody's calling you this.
I found myself
making
my own circle, my own circle, my own table. Honestly, because in those situations, you have to break out. And you have to realize that you shouldn't want to sit at anybody else's table. You don't want me to sit at your table. You don't want me to sit at yours this time. Fine, I'm going to make my own.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the same. Yeah. Like, being already LGBT is already a little bit, you kind of have to figure out a lot, even just being you, So coming into the circle, I found like my tribe, and I found also where who I am in my own tribe. I found a lot about myself, and who I am on the inside and what I project out. So with being in front of the camera in this circle, I found who I am.
Yeah. you feel more comfortable inside of this circle because, you know, there's a lot of discrimination in every category, you know, but being a part of a circle, does you feel more protected and covered, so to speak? Or just still out there?
Well, okay. I feel more free to be expressive of who I am and what I feel. Like, and, you know, I can express myself a little bit more than what I can on the outside world. However, you know, it's like, same thing with every community. These are still like my people. It's still my family. So a lot of times it doesn't feel like, you know, sometimes you gotta be guarded. So these people aren't gonna care about like, oh, let me not say this. No, they're gonna say it. They're gonna be truthful in whatever they think on their head. So sometimes it's like you go in and have to be a little guarded, but I feel free to be me in those situations too.
I would agree.
Now, I understand you have some commercials out there.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
You want to talk about it?
Well, you know, as you just stated, we did the HIV Stops With Me. Actually, rest in peace to the person who brought us the project because he did recently just pass away.
Yeah,
and I want to send my condolences to his family and thank him for bringing us that project.
Yeah.
Club Lambda is owned by 2 Black CEOs. They have Club Lambda BK and Lambda Lounge in Harlem. We were asked to make a gay pride commercial for them, and some of the cast participated in it, and that commercial was such fun to record. Like when I say that they opened us with open arms, they gave us the whole area to make whatever type of content we wanted for them, and what we created was magic. And that commercial still plays itself throughout today in the club.
Yeah, beautiful. So you guys are getting paid, huh?
Always.
So the next time you come, just bring, you know, we'll set up a table here. You can bring the food and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We can break some bread together.
Oh, yes. I'm a big back. I like to eat.
There you go. So I would like to go in and ask you your favorite foods and all that stuff, but they're only giving me 30 seconds and I got to wrap up the show.
All right.
Website and how can people keep in touch with you guys and follow you and the whole 9 yards?
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, and all over any of the streaming platforms as I Speak Jersey. And it's exactly spelled exactly how it sounds. ISPEAK JERSEY. Again, you can find it everywhere.
Yes. And you can find me, Gio, on Instagram and YouTube at Gio the Goat, GIOTHAGOATT. Yeah.
Gio the
Goat.
and watch season 7.
Oh, yes, watch season 7 of
which
The Circle.
premieres today.
Yes,
Today,
it premieres
season 7.
Check it out today.
It does. Yeah, season 7 premieres today. You can catch me and Ralfy on there, causing havoc, giving you everything that you need to, but obviously giving out the necessary education to our community that we need. So please come check us out tonight. I believe 9 or 10 o'clock p.m. is when it's set to premiere on YouTube. You can check it out at RView TV. And yeah, look us up, The Circle, New York City.
Gio and Ralfy from The Circle. Yeah. Everybody at home, everybody in the studio, thank you so much. Oh, look, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. I want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. You can follow us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. You can join our hosts, Kip and Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentine on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for new episodes of Open. Always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.